Hey guys, long time no talk, right? I know it's been forever since I made an update, and I pretty much declared that I was never going to make another YouTube video. However, since my last video, I have looked at my analytics, I think that's how you say it, and the number has dropped of percentage of the males who watch my video, apparently. So that makes me a little bit more confident on who's watching my videos, and yeah, and thank you to all my subscribers who have actually stuck around and I suppose hope that I make another video or update. I did kind of mention that I might make a Facebook page. I was pretty much just too lazy to make one. That's as simple as that goes. So yeah, I have made, it's going to be a two-part video because I just made this video and it was like 16 minutes long, and it just told me, because I'm uploading from my iPhone, that I couldn't publish it to YouTube. So that's annoying. But I have made a super duper big list of all of my symptoms. Of course I have had to close it. From the last update that I made, and here it goes. So the last update I made, I think, was like 28 or 29 weeks, and I was obviously really concerned about baby's position, of her being breech. But good news, since then she has turned, so she is head down now, and I am on my way to my VBAC. So as long as nothing else goes wrong for me, like no dilation and things like that, and going into labour by myself, then hopefully I should still get that. But going back to week 29, straight after I made that video, you know how I was saying that I still had no mother's line, no linear Niagara line down my belly? I pretty much got it the day after I made that video. Literally, like, I started seeing faint line, and then it's just gradually creeped up my stomach. And no energy. As soon as third trimester kicked in, pretty much, and by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I am dead to the world. So my poor 2.5-year-old who wants to just play and run amok, I try obviously for him, but oh geez, I am like just yawning all the time like this. Skip to week 32. I had an appointment, and that was when I found out that she was head down, and I pretty much felt her being head down because her kicks were in a different position to what they were, because she was kicking down near my cesarean scar, but now they were out more towards up here, down like on my side. Yeah, so obviously the doctor felt, and he's like, I think you're right, and then we did the ultrasound scan, and sure enough she's head down, so that's really good. Skipping to 33 weeks, pretty much anything below my waist, my body has been failing me. From that problem with that swollenness down there, it's just gotten a whole lot worse. My labia, not the country, that is just obviously getting more swollen by the week, the more pressure and bigger that she is getting. So it's pretty much the vein, seriously, no joke, is about that wide and that high, all down to like my perineum, I think it is. But apparently it's really common, because I've been talking to my friends, and they apparently not all, but a lot of them had it as well. Yeah, so it's not pretty. I'm a bit concerned about labour, and if it's going to be burst, or if it's going to create any problems with the pressure I will have down there. But OB's kind of assured me that it should be fine, and it'll go away straight away after I give birth. If you have any questions on that and you're suffering from it yourself or worried about it, please by all means message me or comment below and ask me any questions about it, because I know it can be a little bit embarrassing knowing that you're going through it and you don't want to talk to your doctor or partner or anyone, but I'm pretty much a pro in it right now, because it does really hurt sometimes. And yeah, that's that. Week 33, I also went down on holiday for a bit, for 2 weeks. It was for my birthday and my baby shower, my sprinkle shower, and obviously just to catch up with all my family and friends before I give birth to little girl. I had planned to go to the beach and for long walks and do all sorts of fun stuff and go to my friends' places and have kiddie dates, but pretty much that all went out the window because my son, a couple days before we ended up driving 8 hours down to where we needed to go, decided to get gastro and the flu real bad. It was really bad. Didn't have to take him to the hospital, but it was, poor thing, he was quite miserable. And then I didn't get the gastro, but then I ended up getting a really bad head cold. I'd never had a head cold as bad as this. My whole nose was blocked up, obviously feeling like poo, coughing, really bad. Like, I would breathe in and feel like there's particles, and I wasn't coughing up phlegm or anything, but it was like blocking my airway a lot of the time. So much so I was in Toys R Us one day, and I've had a coughing attack for like 5 minutes, and I really thought I had to get medical help, and I'm thinking I'm going to die in Toys R Us. Yeah, so that was kind of scary. Ended up going to the doctor for it, and a couple times actually they put me on antibiotics, but there was no point in putting me on antibiotics because it wasn't a chest infection. It was not a bacterial, it was just a head cold. And then, so it wasn't working, then I went to another doctor, and he pretty much said that, and he said that I should go get nasal spray, and it was completely fine for the baby, this particular one. It was like over-the-counter one. But it said not to use more than 3 days, and I used it for about 5 or 6. Only once a day though, because it said you can use it for 3 times a day, but I only used it once a day, like before I went to sleep, so I could actually sleep. But on the way home from the holiday, I think because I was in sitting down position for like 8 hours, I was feeling really lightheaded, and I was getting quite concerned because they say that the nasal spray can cause your blood to thin, and obviously that could, you know, the baby needs oxygen through the blood. So my husband made this cruel joke, or not joke, but it's like concern of, you're going to give the baby brain damage. So I was kind of freaking out about that. But I've gone to the doctor since, and she's okay. Hopefully. Back to 33 weeks, yes, swollen feet, just feeling really heavy, feeling a lot of pressure down there, like she's just going to fall out of my vajayjay, or going to crawl away out. So definitely just feeling a lot more pressure and just tired and fat. As much as I'd love to say I'm feeling great, I just want this pregnancy to be done with. And just going to bed by 9 o'clock at night. I'm usually like a night owl where I like to stay up until 11, but it was just impossible. Excuse me. Week 34, my blood pressure was quite low, 108/61. That's quite low for me in this stage of pregnancy. Well, it was for my son. It was quite high with my son. And 35 weeks, I said to my doctor, I had my next obstetrician appointment, and I said to him, you know, she feels like she's dropping, and sure enough, she has not completely dropped and engaged, but he said that she's definitely dropping because my fundal height, I'm measuring 2 weeks below what I should be. And I was a bit worried because the 2 weeks that I had my flu or cold, I lost all my appetite, and I mean, obviously I was eating, but I was worried that maybe she's not growing like she should be. But he said no, you know, she's definitely dropping and trying to engage. That's good news. Feet swelling, hand swelling. I started my rosemary leaf tablets. It's supposed to condition your uterus for labor and get it prepared, and having a ton of Braxton Hicks. I didn't get that with Jackson. So that's exciting too, because maybe my body's actually doing what it's supposed to do. Blood pressure's 128/68, and the baby's heartbeat was 139 to 158, so that's in a good range. I am going to do part 2 now to this video, so stay tuned.